Well, basically, small-scale farmers are into crop production, food crop production. Can mention rice, cassava, maize, vegetables such as tomatoes. These are the common crops they grow. A lot of them also combine many of these and other crops, okra, plantain, basically the staple food in respect of the particular tribe. There are three layers at which they serve: in their own community, in the nearest town or the district capital mostly, and to the major urban centers. But there is a different arrangement in terms of how and where they sell it. Some who have the ability or the capability send the goods to the major consuming centers themselves. Others rely on middlemen and women who then come to their communities to buy their produce. Our research shows that about 16% of them are able to use or hire tractor to plow their land. But that is largely those in the savanna belt who now use tractor to plow the land. But the actual weeding and those things is done by, they use hoes, cutlasses to do it. Well, we are not saying that we should not support commercial farmers. But come to think of it, we are talking about a sector which harbors about 58 to 60% of the poor in Ghana. Majority of these 68 to 60% are women. In fact, about 70 to 80% of smallholder farmers are women. So we are talking about the very core poor of society. And if you want to have an intervention that will take people out of poverty, you might want to look at where these people are. The question is, where are they? They are nowhere other than the agricultural sector. So then your poverty reducing intervention or strategy must target agriculture. And if you want to do a broader approach, you may end up giving interventions to people who do not deserve it. And you must then narrow your focus or your attention on the smallholder subsector, where majority of the poor are, majority of the labor force are, majority of women are. And so it makes sense that government becomes serious and then support smallholder agriculture. And then we are not saying that medium scale and then large scale production should not be supported. No, it should be supported, but the major attention should be on small scale so that we can take them out of that area, distribute them to, get them graduated into medium scale. Those who can stay there, it follows a normal or classical economic development. And if we do not start from the basis, we cannot get to where we want to get in terms of getting them to work on medium and large scale production. I think the first point of entry is to get them organized. Then when they have been organized, we need to then let them understand what the policies are. So big time policy education should be given to smallholder farmers for them to know that our government have made XYZ commitment to develop our sector. In doing so, we are building their capacity. In doing that, they will then be able to hold government accountable, to demand accountability from stakeholders, to say that you said in your policy document you are going to give us XYZ. Why is it that we are in the middle of the year, we haven't gotten it? And if citizens, or in this case smallholder farmers, are able to demand accountability from government, government will then sit up and say that we can no longer take them for granted. So it's about providing them the skills and also showing them when, how, and they can engage policy makers.